It's the Orioles on Masson, and here in Birdland, the chase for the postseason continues. It's the White Sox and the Orioles, Game 2 of this 4-game set, with the O's coming away with an exciting one-run win in the opener last night. And this week, we're taking a look at some of the individuals who are making a difference for the Orioles. When you start doing that, you suddenly realize you got to go through the roster, and even through some of the guys who aren't on the roster anymore. But certainly one of the players who's made a real difference is the closer, Jim Johnson. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne for the Orioles. When you think about Jim Johnson, right now, all you think about is the fact he may be the best closer in baseball. He's up there #1 in saves, and this is how he gets it done. He goes after hitters. He is not afraid to throw strikes. He is a pronounced ground ball pitcher. When they do hit the ball, it generally goes to the infield. So he's not prone to giving up many of those long ball extra base hits. But just getting the bat on the ball against Jim when those 3 outs are what he needs to put a game away, almost impossible. He came into this season with only 21 major league saves. Here's what he has done this year. You see the ERA 2.96, the opponent batting average at 210. There's the ground ball number we were talking about, and it hasn't mattered whether it has been right-handers or left-handers who have gone against him. He has been able to get the job done and recorded 40 saves so far this year. So, Mike Bordick, certainly for the Orioles, the need for a closer, if you're going to have a winner, obviously necessary, and the Orioles have one.
Oh, and he's the best closer in the game right now by far, and he has so many weapons. We talked about that fastball that he has and all the ground balls that he's able to get with it, 95 miles an hour, 96, 97 at times, with great late life, down in the zone, so effective, but has a great changeup and an awesome curveball too. So there were talks about him possibly being a starter at one point, and he could do that. I mean, he has that great build and that makeup to do that as well, but fortunately they made the decision to keep him down there, become the Orioles closer, and he has taken off. I'll tell you what, there is nothing else in the game that is more disheartening to a team when you bring in a closer and he blows a save for you. If they do it multiple times, it really just takes the winds out of sails, and then people start second guessing, wondering, oh no, what's going to happen next? Well, Jim Johnson has built the confidence up of this team. When he is in the ball game, they know they're going to win.
What do you think? You know, we talk about the fact at the end of last year and into spring trading this year, the discussion about whether or not he would be a starter was going on. What do you think ultimately made the difference and left him in the pen?
Well, I think they were relying on a lot of the young arms, you know, Jake Arrieta, Zach Britton, some of these younger arms, and said, listen, Jim Johnson, we know he's got the stuff, but we need a bona fide closer, somebody that will slam the door when called upon. Kevin Gregg came over and just couldn't quite get the job done, unfortunately. Now, he's in the bullpen and still having some success out there, but Jim Johnson took over that role, showed that he was capable of doing it, had the mental makeup and that stamina to go out there and perform, you know, in the clutch situations. And he's really taken the bull by the horns and run with this thing.
And another one of the names being talked about, will we see him? Bundy, that's the name. And for the manager, he says, I've heard enough about this already. I don't want any more questions. Well, neither does Dylan Bundy. The young man who's pitching at the minor leagues said this week, I don't have any right to ask them, meaning the Orioles, what is going to happen. They're going to make a decision without talking to me about it. It's all in their hands. If they feel comfortable with it, then I'm great with it. Dylan Bundy on his coming to the major leagues. What do you think?
Well, I think this kid has a great head on his shoulders. He always says the right things. He's got an incredible work ethic. He has an incredible arm to go with it. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And talk about all the secondary pitches he's been working on. But you tell just by that quote what this kid's all about. And I think there's a lot of excitement about him potentially coming up in September.
All right. If the Orioles are still in that race, which it certainly looks like they will be, yes, maybe he will be here. Game 2, 4-game set coming up. brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Jeep. Jeep and the unique brand of freedom you'll find only in the full line of Jeep vehicles. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. It is just a gorgeous evening here in Baltimore. Take a look at our train game time temperature. We are at 86 degrees, mostly clear skies, and very little breeze blowing at the moment. Visit train.com for an independent train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Take a look at the starting lineup now for the division-leading White Sox. And it's brought to you by Dodge. It'll be Wise, Euclid, and Dunn, Konerko, Rios, Pierzynski, Cieto, Ramirez, and Beckham. And as always, Konerko is one of those the Orioles would just as soon not see in a lineup because of those kind of numbers. See your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com. Check out their powerful lineup.
And here's the AFCIA Intelligence Report tonight on Chris Tillman. Remember, visit AFCIA.org, the Association for IT Pros. Chris has to find that rhythm early. He's had some trouble giving up some runs in the first inning. Almost half of the runs that Chris has given up this year have come in the first at number 14. He's got to establish that fastball. Last night we saw how effective Wei-Yin Chen was with the fastball, spotting it in and out and really getting a lot of strikeouts with the high fastball out of the zone. Chris Tillman definitely has that capability with his fastball. And if he can establish it early, that secondary success will come into play. His breaking ball is a swing and miss pitch. He's been working on his changeup. He's also got a nice cutter to go along with it. And that extra day's rest that he's working on and a strong outing in this last outing against Texas is really looking for some positive things here for Chris Tillman.
Just his 10th start of the season. The ball club has gone 6-3 in the games he has started. He is 6-2 in those games. And it'll be Wise leading it off. Dwayne Wise had a 1-for-4 in the ball game last night. Now has a 3-game hit streak for the White Sox, and we are underway. And a strike taken. There are the numbers for Wise, who's come out of nowhere to take over center field for Diaza, who is on the DL and just starting a rehab at AAA. That'll be fouled back into the screen, and quickly Tillman gets ahead on the count 0-2.
And Dwayne Wise was with the New York Yankees, and they sent him out after they got a little bit more healthy in their outfield, but a couple guys have gone down. They just called Steve Pearce up for the Yankees.
Saw that. All teams trying to load up with as many players at positions where they think there might be a need as possible. Teams that are going to be going into in the chase for the postseason. Here's the 1-2 delivery to Wise. He got jammed on that one. That's got spin. Running throw made, and a nice play by Robert Andino.
Boy, that sure was. That's a great effort by Robert Andino. All his momentum heading towards third base, and really has to collect himself. It shows his athletic ability right here. Quick turn and throw right on the money. Nice play, Robert Andino.
Gets that first big out. Got a lot on the throw coming across his body.
He did. Well, he's got a shortstop's arm. You know.
Here is Kevin Euclid. Euclid last night 2-for-4, 2-run homer. He's got a 4-game hit streak. There you see the numbers for him this season. Euclid has done better offensively since coming to the White Sox than he was with the Red Sox, hitting .261 with the White Sox, 12 of his 16 home runs and 38 RBIs. And as you can see during the 4-game hit streak, he's been pounding the ball. The pitch by Tillman will miss down low. And here we go with that 3-0 count. Will we see a first? He has never swung at a 3-0 pitch in his major league career. Here's the 3-0 delivery, and he's not going to start now. So we'll up that by 1. 259 3-0 counts, and he's never swung the bat. And it is a 3-ball, 1 strikeout on Euclid. Tillman gets the 3-1 in, foul back to the top of the screen, 3-2. Take a look at Chris here at home this year. He's gone 2-1 with a 4.56. On the road, he's 4-1 with an ERA of half of that. So the numbers in that ERA have come in ball games that have been pitched here at Camden Yards. 3-2 delivery on the way. Euclid will pop that one back. Here at this ballpark, he's 2-1 this year in 4 starts. Lifetime at Camden Yards, 6-7 with an ERA of 5.12. for the Orioles starter. 3-ball, 2-strike count again on Youkilis. And that ball put up in the air. Markakis. And he's got it. High fly ball. And there are 2 down.
We'll take a look at the Orioles defense tonight. Nate McLeod, the hero in last night's ball game, back in left field. Adam Jones in center. Nick Markakis, who just made that play in right field. Machado and Reynolds at the corners, and Hardy and Andino up the middle with Matt Wieters doing the catching tonight.
And that will bring up the major league leader in home runs. Adam Dunn has had 38 long balls this season. He's ahead of Josh Hamilton by 3. And Encarnacion has got 34, ranked 3rd in the American League. So for Adam Dunn, first in homers, 6th in RBIs, first in strikeouts, and first in walks. Here's the 1-0 pitch to him. Popped it up, third base side, long run. Machado was playing over the other way. He'll get there. And there's what Mike was talking about. That's the kind of first inning Tillman needed, having given up 14 first inning runs. He sets the side down in order. Streak they will try and extend. Let's take a look at the starting lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Markakis, Hardy, and Jones, Wieters, Ford, and Reynolds, McLeod, Machado, and Andino. Against the White Sox this season, for Robert Andino, his best numbers against any ball club.
And here's the AFC Intelligence Report tonight on Chris Sale. Cy Young? Possibly. There's a lot of talk around the league that he is one of the best lefties in the game right now with a 15-4 record, just .265 earned run average. Last start against the Yankees, just flipped out 13 strikeouts against that powerhouse lineup. Going to see a lot of arms, legs, and elbows from him, too. He creates a lot of deception. He comes way over from the left side of the body on a sidearm slot. So the deception is a key, and along with his plus stuff, fastball that can top out at 95 and a filthy slider and changeup, he's one of the best pitchers in the game right now.
And here is Nick Markakis, and he will take the pitch for a strike. Nick had a 1 for 4 in the ball game last night, hitting at .293. Most of these Orioles are facing Sale for the first time. Even those who have seen him have had limited at bats against this left-hander. That pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, and right away Markakis going, no, you know, we really don't need to have that happen tonight. And he doesn't give up much. Lefty's only 195 off him.
Yeah, well, Nick Markakis trying to establish that early. Hey, I know the strike zone. The second pitch of the ball game now. Let's go.
And as a result, had to reach for that pitch, protecting, and fouls it away. And the count stays at 2 strikes. There you see Nick over the last 42 in that leadoff spot. He has continued to produce the really unbelievable numbers, among the top 3 in hits since the All-Star break. 0-2. That was an off-speed pitch. He had to reach for it. Beckham's got it, and will get the out.
Here's a look at the White Sox defense tonight. Viciedo back in left field, Wise in center, Rios over in right, Youkilis over third base, Ramirez and Beckham up the middle, Konerko playing first base, and Krasinski back behind the plate.
And one of the game's best at short, and we saw him work last night. He took a ball off his finger that split the nail, had the finger bleeding, stayed in the ball game, and made about 5 plays at short after that, and is right back in the lineup tonight. He is somebody they cannot afford to have out of that lineup. Here's J.J. Hardy. Hardy will foul that one back, and an 0-2 count quickly. Sale has a batting average. First guys against him in the game hit 0.50. So Nick joins the group getting the first out of the ball game. Here's the 0-2 delivery. That'll be outside. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Sale is 4th best in ERA in the American League. He has the 8th most strikeouts at 150. He is 10th in fewest walks per 9 innings at 2.1. And there again is that off-speed pitch. He has shown that to both Markakis and Hardy once he got ahead on the count. He is 2nd in wins in the league with 15, and for Robin Ventura, this has been a season where they didn't know what they were going to get out of Sale, who had worked out of the bullpen previously. They've gotten a lot out of him. That goes over Beckham's glove for a base hit, I think. In any event, Hardy is on. Beckham made the dive, and it skipped over his glove.
Oh, this is a big reason why Chris Sale has had so much success. His changeup has really become a popular pitch for him, and I think coming out of the bullpen last year really had success with just his fastball and slider, and now as a starting pitcher needs to develop another pitch. Well, this changeup is a big one for him. With all the deception that he has and a nice strong fastball, that changeup has been very effective for him.
So now a runner on at first base, and here's Adam Jones. Adam took an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. Pitches up high. He has now reached the most at bats without a home run for the 2nd time in his career at 108. Still has been picking up RBIs and extra base hits. Hardy off first base. 1-0 delivery, and Jones will foul that one off. 1-1. Let's take a look at our Hollywood Casino League leaderboard. The extra base hit department. He's been in that. Adam Jones has all year long. Slots, tables, and dining. The ultimate triple play at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races. Cabrera Cano now tied for first with the 64 extra base hits. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Adam Jones is also 8th in the American League in hits. Sale gets him to go after that pitch up high in a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Derek Jeter, he pitched against the Yankees in the last game. Jeter said after the ball game of Sale, he's funky. He's got a different kind of motion. At the left-handers, he sort of steps at him and stays away from the right-handers. His fastball moves. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and oh, mercy. That's not right. What a pitch. Wow. An off-speed breaking ball that froze Adam Jones.
Yeah, that was really nasty. You see from that sidearm slot, comes back in over the plate. Adam thought it might have been a little bit up. Pitches the top of the strike zone, though. Laid action down just to get in the strike zone.
I was just going to say, part of what Jeter said after the last game was he throws a lot of off-speed pitches for strikes. And there was one right there. So there are 2 down. Hardy on at first base. Here's Matt Wieters. Wieters had a 1 for 2 in the ball game last night. And the pitch away for a ball. Sale has had double digits in strikeouts 4 times this year. A high of 15 Ks in a game. He had 13 in the last outing against the Yankees. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Wieters will take it, and it's a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Matt. The Orioles have won 11 of their last 14 here at home. In doing so, they have upped the run production here at home from 4.4 to 5.5 over that 14 game span. 1-1 delivery. Wieters fouls that one away. 1-2.
That was his changeup right there. Great location too, down and away with that pitch. Showed him a nice little fastball earlier in the bat that had that good tailing action as well. Good pitch, but nice job by Matt Wieters to fight that one off.
See the numbers for Matt Wieters. This has been his side for average. The other side 4 home runs. 1-2 with a runner at first. Throw over. Not likely Hardy's going to do any running here, but the Orioles might think about it. Against Sale, base stealers are 9 for 15 on the year. Brzezinski has thrown out only 23% of base stealers. So if you got somebody who can run, this is the ball game where it might happen. 1-2 delivery. And then just comes in with a fastball up high and gets a strikeout. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one left on base. And at the end of the first inning in game 2, no score. Inning is presented by Luna. Call for the Luna double and get your second room of flooring free. 877-241-LUNA. And there is the newest member of the Orioles in uniform for the first time today, Joe Saunders. He will be making his start in the ball game tomorrow. Saunders against a rookie who's pitched some for the White Sox, Dylan Axelrod. There you see the numbers for Saunders, another left-hander.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty exciting move right there by Dan Duquette, going out and get a veteran arm, a left-handed arm at that, match up with the American League East offenses. So nice move. Saunders is going to help the younger pitchers as well. But great acquisition right there. And I don't think Saunders has had the best year for the Diamondbacks this year, but he certainly had great success when he was with the Angels. So hopefully looking to bounce back, coming back to the American League.
And coming back home, so to speak. He said he was excited to be playing for the team that he watched growing up, West Springfield, Virginia, just outside of D.C., his home, where he went to high school. Tillman will go to work here, and Paul Konerko stands in. Konerko gets the first pitch, coming over McLeod. He is under it, and he's got it. One pitch and one out. Could be that kind of game if these two pitchers are on. Maryland Lottery strike and rich contestant of the game is Michael Reed from Baltimore. Michael, you've won $500 for being selected. You get $100 for every strikeout recorded by an Oriole pitcher. That'll come from the Maryland Lottery, not from Mike or I. See how you can turn non-winning strike and rich scratch-offs into cash. Enter to win great Oriole prizes. MDLottery.com/strike-it-rich. Mike offered to pay the $100 per strikeout, but then we talked him out of it. He's that kind of guy. Here's Alex Rios, and the pitch is in there for a strike. You've got Konerko, Rios, and Ramirez all coming into this ball game with 7-game hit streaks that were extended last night, obviously. That will be taken away, 1-1. That threesome during their 7-game hit streaks have combined for a .368 average with 4 home runs and 12 RBIs over those 7 games. So that's a big threesome right now at the plate. And as far as hot bats are concerned, Konerko, Rios, Ramirez. Robin Ventura's team 71-56, 2 games ahead of the Tigers. The Orioles picked up a ball game last night on the Yankees, who lost in extra innings despite tying it up in the bottom of the 9th. As the Orioles now are just 3.5 games behind New York, they have moved ahead of Tampa Bay by a half a game into second place in the East. Rays have lost 3 in a row. 2-2 delivery, fouled off the end of the bat.
Pretty good fastball away right there, up in the zone. Talked about it earlier. How Wei Chen last night was so effective with that high fastball. Tillman certainly can add that to his arsenal.
2-ball, 2-strike delivery to Rios, and again fouled away. 2 clubs that come to the plate swinging. Both strike out a good deal. Neither draw many walks. in the course of a game offensively. Both use the home runs, epitomized by Adam Dunn, of course, for the White Sox. The off-speed pitch just missed inside, and he had Rios leaning. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Fans wanted that one after Adam Jones got the breaking ball call on him.
Rios, a 1 for 7 lifetime off Tillman. Lines that one to center. That is an Adam ball, and he's got it. And there are 2 down. Orioles White Sox continue their 4-game series tomorrow at 7:05. Hope you'll put the family in the car or on the water taxi or whatever it may be. Get them out here to the ballpark. This is a big matchup affecting the 2012 playoffs. Even with the Grand Prix going to be underway this weekend, the roads, parking lots are open. We hope you'll make the effort to get out and see the Orioles in this great series against the White Sox. And you can cast your vote internally for Manager of the Year, because I think one of those 2 is going to be it. And right now, he's got the advantage. As we showed you last night, the Orioles have had the greatest increase in win percentage from last year of any team. Brzezinski up, and he'll put that ball in the air to center field again. Jones will come over for it. Brzezinski continues his struggle at the plate, and a good inning again. Tillman retiring the side in order, with the White Sox swinging at those early strikes. Showalter talking about the lefty who's on the mound for Chicago before the game today.
One of our advanced scouts thinks is the best pitcher in the American League right now, pitching night. So stay tuned, hold on. That's why they put that bar down on the roller coaster ride, so you don't fly off there when they make a sharp turn. I mean, we have 1-run games. I don't need to get on. I go on a roller coaster every night, and they don't put a bar down.
That's pretty good.
That is good.
It has been that way, and there is Chris Sale, whom he was talking about. The Orioles, of course, running up the franchise record 13 consecutive 1-run wins at the game they won last night. And just a really tremendous ball game last night, and this one could be just as good or better with Tillman and Sale on the mound. And that first pitch is in there for a strike. Lou Ford getting all these firsts over again since he hasn't played since 2007. Lou Ford delivered the long ball in last night's ball game. He ended up with a 2 for 4 in the game, and he will foul that one off outside of third base.
That was close. Good swing right there by Lou Ford. He has been making an impact, that's for sure. Solo home run last night, first since 2007, but 6 for 20, a 300 average in his last 6 games when he's been in the O's lineup. So been very productive when he does get that playing time.
And the pitch to him will be taken down low with another left-hander on the mound. Buck Showalter chose to go with the same lineup that he had in the ball game last night, keeping Ford in the game and Andino. And he'll get him on that one, and Sale's got 3 strikeouts. That's 3 in a row. One away.
Yeah, here's a great look at that big sweeping slider. Almost starts off in the Orioles dugout. Comes back over to catch the inside part of the plate. Your timing and rhythm have to be perfect at that pitch.
Our Nissan Pitch Track. Get to Nissan Summer Savings Days. The event ends September 4. And you can visit ChooseNissan.com. Hurry into your local Nissan dealer. Mark Reynolds, major player in the ballgame last night, had an 0 for 1, but he drew 3 walks. And he got that walk that put him on ahead of McLouth's home run that would prove to be the difference in the ball game. So Reynolds figuring in, and there's McLouth right behind him again. Reynolds on the off-speed delivery, swings and misses on a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
A good changeup right there. 3+ pitches from Chris Sale.
Sale with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. And then comes in with a fastball, and even though you know it's coming, he slowed you down so much you can't catch up to it. Count goes to 1-2. This is his 7th appearance against the Orioles, with the first as a starter. He's only worked to a 5.06 ERA in 5 1/3 innings against the Orioles, all in relief, which is what he did, of course. His career record is 19 wins, 17 losses, and 12 saves. This year's record, though, is 15-4. 2-ball, 2-strike delivery on the way, and broke that one into the dirt, and the count will go full, 3-2. Did not go around on that one. Jordan Baker as the plate, home plate umpire. Marvin Hudson, Brian Runge, Tim McClellan, the umpiring crew. Sale ready. Here's the 3-2. 4 strikeouts in a row.
Well, he pitched Mark Reynolds pretty tough right there, but this is a quality changeup. 3-2 pitch. Great change. Talked about that change a little bit earlier, how effective it is getting the strikeouts. And sure enough, when you're trying to gear up, especially 3-2 to catch up to that fastball, he drops that changeup in under the zone. That's a great pitch.
And that pitch will be taken for a strike. McLouth, another one, figured in the ball game last night. As we said during the game, who'd have thought Nate McLouth would be the one adding the home run power for the Orioles. Couple, as you saw, pitch taken inside. Adam Dunn was saying before the game today when I was talking with him, he said, I've seen McLouth a lot. He said, if he heats up and plays the way I saw him play in Pittsburgh, he said, you're going to see a lot of power. That one could fall in. It does. Base hit. So McLouth will get the Orioles' second hit. This one comes with 2 down here in the second inning. As the O's make their postseason push, be there for every key play. Text Orioles 29292 for starting lineups and in-game alerts. You can't afford to miss. That'll bring up Manny Machado. Runner on at first base, 2 down. Orioles last night had a couple of chances with the bases loaded and could not pick up a hit in those situations. And a bit of an irony in the ball game last night. They won a game without a hit with a runner in scoring position. They won 4-3. The Orioles have had 39 games where they did not get a hit with a runner in scoring position. 26 more where they had only one such hit. And they've gone 15-39 in those games. It's the home run. 2 down, runner on at first base. Runner goes. Here's the throw. Pierzynski, a good one. Gets away into center field. There goes the runner to third. McLouth, the stolen base. Probably an error charged on Pierzynski, but really a pretty good throw that just contacted the runner and infielder at the same time.
Yeah, Beckham goes reaching across, and Nate McLouth, who doesn't look like a very big guy, but he is built. He's solid. He smokes Beckham and knocks his glove off, spins him around. And Nate doesn't worry about him, though. Just gets up and heads on over to third base. Oh, a pretty good shoulder-shoulder collision right there. I think McLouth wins that battle.
So it is a stolen base and an error, and that's what we were talking about. In a game where runs probably are going to be at a premium, you're going to take some chances. And McLouth is one of the Orioles who can run, so he gets over there with his 6th stolen base. He's 6 for 6. 1-0 delivery will be taken up high, and here's a chance with a runner in scoring position for Machado. And any run in this ball game is going to be big. The breaking ball will be in there for a strike, and the count will go to 2-1. Keep in mind, opposing hitters are .218 off Sale, third lowest average in the league. And another pitch that's going to be buried in the dirt. And a 3-ball, 1-strike count.
Pretty good stop right there by Brzezinski. Now Sale, with a runner at third base, kind of eliminates them spiking that slider down and into Machado. Now a 3-1 count. Machado probably looking dead red here.
Here's the 3-1 delivery. Couldn't catch up to it. Count goes to 3-2. As was true last night, Oriole base runners will be alive because Sale has thrown 6 wild pitches. He's also hit 4 batters. So over there at third base, they'll get as big a lead as they can. 3-2 floaters up high. Sale, angry at himself, clinches his arms into his body after he delivered the pitch. He doesn't give up many of those. 2 per 9 innings in the walk department. There's the first.
Pretty good respect right there to Manny Machado. He didn't even throw him 1 fastball. 4 changeups and a slider.
All right, let's see. Just in case Brzezinski's given the signs, if the runner goes, will he throw through? And who's going to cover? Here's Andino. Robert Andino last night had an 0 for 3, first and third, and 2 down. The Orioles 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position last night. And Andino will take the pitch, and it will miss away. Andino checks at third base. Gets the sign back. Outfield moves in, and center and right, stays back and left. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Breaking ball, and that is in there for a strike. Sale's only 23 years old, just turned 23. Out of Florida, lives in Fort Myers. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Heater just missed inside. Gordon Baker had the right arm twitch a little bit there, but didn't come up with it. The home-plate umpire.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to call it a strike. Yeah, Chris Sale, not much experience in the minor leagues either. Signed out of college and then 10 innings pitched in the minor leagues.
How about that, huh?
Where the White Sox brought him up and put him in the bullpen.
Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way, and that will be fouled away by Andino. And the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. With runners in scoring position against Sale, hitters are hitting .171. When there are 2 down, it's .192. I mean, his numbers are indicative of the 15 wins that he's picked up this year. McLouth on at third base, a single, stolen base, and an error to move him there. The walk given to Machado's on at first. Andino waiting on the 2-2. There goes the runner. Delayed steal, no throw. An intentional delayed steal by Machado, and obviously decision had already been made. They weren't going to throw through if he went.
Yeah, nice call right there by the Orioles. A little delay steal for Manny Machado. Of course, if AJ was going to come up and throw to second base with Nate McLouth's speed over at third base, probably score easily.
That is his first major league stolen base. Now there are 2 in scoring position. Here's the 3-2 delivery. And Dino fights it off. Orioles making him work here this inning. He struck out the first 2. His pitch count will run up fairly quickly with the number of strikeouts he usually gets. Strikeouts and walks can run him up. 3-2 coming for the second time. Andino takes it, and he walked him. And the bases are loaded. Again, third time in 2 games, the Orioles have been able to load him up. And for the leadoff batter, Nick Markakis.
Well, those are huge walks, and like you had mentioned, I mean, strikeouts and base on balls obviously jack that pitch count up, and what you want to do with a pitcher like Chris Sale is get that pitch count up as high as you can early in the ball game. And great at bats here in the early going, back to back by Machado and Andino. 2 great walks.
3 grand slams in his career. Markakis, first ball heading. That's towards the gap, and that's going to fall in. All the way to the wall. McLeod will score. Machado will score. And Dino will score. The Orioles lead it 3-0. Nick Markakis with a bases loaded two-bagger.
Great swing here by Nick Markakis, jumping all over this first pitch slider right down the middle of the plate. And he does what he's been doing, drive it into the gap. Scores all three. Robert Andino hustling around from first base, scoring easily.
49 RBIs for Nick Markakis, and a big hit early in the game. Now here is Hardy, who delivered a single his first time up, and again the Orioles, as they've done so often this year, picking up RBIs with 2 away. First 2 batters of this inning struck out. That pitch is going to be inside, and Sale struggling with the strike zone here. 2 walks have scored. Big lead at second for Markakis. 2-0 delivery. Hardy swinging away down the line. That'll be foul. Markakis will head back. Boy, to jump out on Sale early in the ball game. We're in the second inning. That is so important. He has been almost untouchable in the first 3 innings of ball games. Those have been his best sections of a game. 2-1 delivery off speed down to third base. That'll be played by Youkilis over to first to record the out. But the Orioles get it as they pick up the 3 runs, doing it at only 2 hits in error and 1 left on. The Orioles enter this ball game only 3.5 behind the Yankees in the American League East. That is the closest that the Orioles have been to the Yankees this late in the season, or to anybody in first place, since 1997. This Orioles team continues to confound the experts, please their manager and themselves. 70 wins on the year. Yankees playing at home against Toronto again in the ball game tonight, and of course Tampa Bay in that battle for the wild card spot. I mean, all the Orioles are going to talk about is catching the division leading Yankees. 3 games coming up in New York against them as well. And one of the things that was in the Chicago papers today, that, and it was only one of the writers, but they were talking about moving Peavy out of the rotation, not pitching in this series, saying they were putting more emphasis on their upcoming games against the Tigers than they were against the Orioles. There's the chopper towards third base. Machado's got it. Usaedo is retired, and there's 1 down. The Orioles Legend Celebration Series returns on Thursday, September 6th, when Cal Ripken Jr. will be honored with the larger-than-life bronze sculpture in the new Centerfield picnic area. All gates will open at 5. Ceremonies are at 5:15. All fans get the replica Ripken sculpture. Help us honor the Iron Man coming up September 6th. Tickets 888-848-BIRD. Go to Orioles.com/legends. Tillman against Ramirez. 7-game hit streak. That one will just float up high. He'll move away, but that was an off-speed pitch.
Yeah, it was. Just a breaking ball that got away from him. I found that pretty interesting, what you just said about how they're adjusting their pitching rotation.
That was the writer's opinion.
Yeah.
But it is worthy of thought. I mean, sure, you want PV against the team you're battling with for the division lead, as Chicago's ahead of Detroit by 2, but this is a 4-game set that can really do you some damage.
It sure can. Yeah, and I mean, if you run into problems here, and then you have to go in and take on the Tigers.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a little bit tougher. Every game really matters. I can understand maybe with maybe a week or 2 to go, you know, going into those tough series, making some adjustments. But right now, you know, don't want to disrupt things too much.
Way outside, so Tillman had trouble right there with Ramirez. And that will be a 1-out walk, and there's the first base runner for the White Sox in the game. And it's time to look back on this date in baseball history, brought to you our friends at Subway Restaurants, who on this day in history opened their first store in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Happy birthday, Subway Restaurants. And in 1884, Mickey Welch struck out the first 9 batters he faced. He set a record that would stand incredibly until 1970. Who broke his record? Here's Beckham. I found it was incredible. The record would stand from 1884 till 1970 in striking out the first 9 faced. Tom Seaver struck out 10 in a row. The last 10 he faced against San Diego in 1970 to break the record for consecutive strikeouts in a game.
I figured it would have to be either Seaver or Palmer to do that.
Beckham up there had a 1-for-4 in the ball game last night. He's 0-for-4 off Tillman. And the throw over to get Ramirez back to the bag. Just as we talked about, the Orioles may be running a little bit, figuring it's going to be a low-scoring game. Obviously, same holds true on the other side. Ramirez 14 out of 20 stealing bases. You got number 9 hitter up there with Wise to follow. Here's the 1-0. And Ramirez did take off a couple of times in the ball game, late in the ball game last night. Against Tillman, the base runners are 3-for-5. Keep in mind this is only the 10th start that Chris has had this season for the Orioles, so not a lot of chances. Wieters continues to throw him out 37% of the time. Beckham with a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Well, you wonder here in the early going. I mean, you can still push the envelope a little bit and not try to wait around for that 3-run homer, even though, you know, the Orioles and the White Sox offenses pretty much play the same way. Well, we saw Nate McLouth run there that last inning, put a little pressure and disrupt the offense a little bit, and Chris Sales kind of disrupted his rhythm.
And a great pitch down and away. 1-2.
Yeah, big breaking ball. Almost kind of slurvy type of action, down and away. Great location. It's a lot of swing and misses with that pitch. Very effective pitch.
It's our Kia Pitch Track, brought to you by Kia Motors. To learn more, visit kia.com. One ball, 2-strike count. Pretty good lead at first base. Not going, though. And that'll be inside out. Foul down the right field side and hold the count at a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was pretty defensive swing right there. Just trying to fight to stay alive. That ball got in on him. He had all he could do to just get the bat on the ball, fouled it off.
Beckham has had a tough year at the plate. He's picked it up a little bit of late, hitting .300 over the last 10 ball games. 1-2 the count on him. Ramirez not going. Popped up and again back into the seats. And it'll stay at 1-2. While the White Sox have won 6 of their last 7, the Orioles ended their 6-game win streak last night. They have lost 4 in a row on the road. Robin Ventura's team on the road 33-30. They're 5 games better than that at home. 1-2 the look over. Orioles have the 3-0 lead in the game on the Markakis double. Ramirez walks it off. Even if he's not going to run, he certainly has drawn Tillman's attention. 1-2, runner not going, and that is strike 3. He did not foul that off. So Beckham goes down swinging. First strikeout picked up by Tillman in the game.
Well, another breaking ball here, kind of backed up on Tillman. Beckham unable to get the bat on it. Kind of surprised Matt Waiters a little bit too. Stayed on the inner part of the plate. Gets the swing and the miss.
Big strikeout for him. Top of the order, his Wise, who grounded out his first time up in a fine play made by Robert Andino. Dwayne Wise, 2 down, runner at first base. Ramirez is going to go. This is where he'll run. Even with a left-hander up there, it's a leadoff batter. So if you're going to try and get into scoring position, and you think you can do it, you might take off here.
Yeah, if he gets thrown out and you get your leadoff guy starting off the next inning, so it is a great opportunity for him. Try to take advantage of that.
It's not extended the lead at all over there. Tillman, the 0-1. 0-2.
Nice changeup, just dropped right out of the zone right there. That's good to see. I mean, if he can command that changeup, keep it down there. The way his breaking ball's been working tonight as well, and he is not scared to challenge these guys with the fastball. He's got all of his pitches working. It'll be a good night for Chris.
0-2 the count. Ramirez stays at first. Ball put in the air to center. Adam Jones. He's got it. That'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left on base. Bottom of the third coming with the Orioles on top. Orioles baseball on MASN is brought to you by Chevy Cruze, offering the best highway mileage of any gas engine in America, and by Blimpie, America's sub shop. Gary Thorne, Mike Bordick here at Camden Yards on this gorgeous evening. Sale has been touched up for the 3 runs on the double by Markakis. You see 2 earned or less 3 of the last 4, but tonight 3 earned runs in 2 innings pitched and 2 walks. So he's already given up as many walks as he usually gives up in 9 innings, 2. And his ERA is 2.65 in the year. And the Orioles already have 3 runs against him. Here is Jones, who struck out his first time up. Jones, Waiters, and Ford due up against Sale. Adam dropping below that 290 mark for the first time in a while. He stayed at 290, 294, pretty much in that range for a couple of months. And Sale's pitch will miss away. 2 ball, 1 strike count on Jones.
Yeah, Adam Jones certainly been one of the most consistent Orioles offensively all year. Even though he hasn't had a home run in a while, still driving the ball in the gaps and picking up his hits.
And patient, not chasing, and he gets ahead on the count. 3 balls and 1 strike. Very unusual to see Sale fall behind as many hitters as he has already in this game, and he walks another one. That is the 3rd walk he has surrendered in the ball game, and this is a leadoff walk in the 3rd inning. Sale struggling a bit. Our SunTrust inside the numbers. The most different number of players who have had at least 1 home run this season for teams. The Phillies have had 23 players have at least 1 home run. The Orioles have had 22. Then you get the A's, Astros, and Nationals. That's a lot of help from people you probably weren't expecting to do that.
It sure is. There are a lot of heroes this year. Reason why the Orioles have had so much success. Every guy they seem to call up does something productive, whether it be hitting a home run or making a play or making a great pitch. Nate McLouth right there hit that big home run last night, and Lou Ford obviously got the Orioles offense going with his solo shot.
Our SunTrust inside the numbers, exploring your financial options. SunTrust can help you find new ways to move forward. Matt Wieters, strikeout victim, his first time up. Orioles have a 4-1 series advantage against the White Sox. These teams split the 8 games they played last year. Wieters 0-2. Jones on at first base. Sale's delivery will be taken inside for a ball, and the count goes to 1-2. With Sale this year, if he gets ahead on the count, that after that first strike, hitters are 181 for an average. If the count goes 1-0 to start, 234. And that's not a big number, 234, but compared to the 181, looks enormous. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and it's called pulling a ball foul.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen Chris Sale throw a lot this year, and I don't know exactly how he's had the success of him. In fact, that, you know, he is a little bit unorthodox and has great deception and live fastball, super change and everything like that. But I'm surprised that he's thrown so many off-speed pitches here in the early going. I think with an arm like that, you know, we talk about it with the Orioles pitchers being able to establish their fastball early, and then it'll help the secondary pitches, because he does have a great changeup, but he was throwing Manny Machado and Robert Andino 3 or 4 changeups there, which ultimately led to the 2 base on balls, and the Nick Markakis double came right after that.
He's got a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Wieters. Jones on first, ground ball toward short. Ramirez, Beckham. Over to Konerko, double play, 2 down. As the American League East and wildcard playoff races come down to the wire, the Orioles host the Rays for a big 3-game series, September 11th through the 13th. Don't miss a key showdown as the Birds battle the division-leading Rays. Plenty of tickets remain for all 3 games. Show your colors, support the Birds, see some great baseball. 888-848-BIRD or go to Orioles.com. And there are 2 away. Here's Ford, a strikeout victim, his first time up. We were talking with Steve Stone, the broadcaster for the White Sox, former pitcher, of course, here for the Orioles. He was talking about how Sale tends to elevate velocity as the game goes on. That ball is drilled to left field. Oh, Ford! Goodbye! Home run! The Orioles are driving the right car, and it's a 4-0 lead. Pretty amazing. Number 2. 2 RBIs.
Wow. Back-to-back nights. That's awesome.
Down to third. Short hopped. Euclid. That was a tough one. Hit hard. Throw to first in the dirt. Konerko scoops it out, and Reynolds is retired. Lou Ford has done it again. In the ball game last night, he got a solo shot leading off the 2nd inning. Here with 2 down. 3rd inning, he gets number 2. Entertainment and luxury. Experience Buick luxury as it should be. Said it was a beautiful evening here, and it is. Clear skies, moon shining brightly over Camden Yards, and the Orioles now have a 4-0 lead in this ball game, getting their 92nd home run here at Camden Yards this year. Markakis 3 RBIs. Tillman has given up a walk. And the pitch will be taken outside. 4-4-0 for the Orioles. 2 left on. The White Sox 0-0-1 with 1 left on base. Kevin Youkilis flied out to right field his first time up. 0 for 4 against Tillman. And Chris will miss outside with it. 2-0.
Not a bad breaking ball, though. A good pitch. I'm sure Matt Waiters might be asking home plate umpire Jordan Baker about that pitch.
2-0 delivery on the way to him, and that fastball is going to miss outside, and the count will go to 3-0. Tillman's record against the White Sox is 0-1. The only time out against him in August of 11. That is in there for a strike. He got tagged with a loss in that ball game. But he has been a much better pitcher this season and trying to continue the starts he's had in his last 7. Ball hit high in the air to left field. McLeod. One away, 4th inning. That's 6 fly ball outs, 1 pop out. As Tillman's got the ball in the air here in this ball game on fly balls.
Well, he's not really a ground ball pitcher, although he could be if he works that pitch down in the zone. But you know, getting it up there, he's got enough velocity where they just can't quite get to it right now. A lot of pop-ups.
Adam Dunn will take the pitch. Dunn popped out his first time up. He's 1 for 3 in the only times he has faced Tillman. I told Dunn today, I said, you know, Youkilis has never swung at an 0-3 pitch, at a 3-0 pitch before. And he says, watch me. He says, I don't think I've never not swung at a 3-0 pitch. So I got one thought when the count's 3-0.
He's got a chance right here.
Here it is. Said, just tell him to watch me swing on 3-0s. All right, watch him swing. Anything close, he's going to try and drive it. And that pitch is in there for a strike at the knees. 3-1. 4th inning's been a good one for Tillman on the year. Hitters only 148 against him in this inning. Here's the 3-1 delivery on the way, and that will be foul back. And the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tillman has walked 1, struck out 1. Here's the 3-2 delivery. And that'll be inside for a ball. So the leader in walks in the league draws another one. Orioles starting pitching, of course, will make the difference as we go down the stretch.
Sure will. I mean, combined record here, Chen and Tillman have really been dominant. 11-5 record. The rest of the starting pitchers right around 500. But I'll tell you what, back to back, that missing Jason, Hammer up there at the top of this rotation is hurt. But Chris Tillman has stepped in, and Wei-Yin Chen has just been consistent all year long. So nice 1-2 punch.
Here is Paul Konerko. Konerko flied out to left field his first time up. Paul Konerko had a great start to the year. He hit .399 in his first 45 games. He's hit .266 since then, but the average is still up there at that .318 mark, which is 4th best in the American League. Pitch away, did he go? They check it first. Marvin Hudson says nope. And the count goes to a ball and a strike. Konerko 4th in average, 5th in on base percentage. He's had 3 home runs over the last 10 ball games. He's got Dunn on at first base. Outfield deep, 1-1. He'll be out of play. Ball and 2 strikes on Konerko.
Well, they're just not able to get to that fastball by Chris Tillman. And he's giving him opportunities, but I'll tell you, I think it's the great downward angle that Tillman has been working on. He went back to, obviously started the season in AAA, but has been consistent with his delivery, getting up over the top. And they're just not able to get to that pitch. Has nice late life at the end, inducing a lot of pop flies and foul balls right now.
1-2 count, very short lead at first. 1-2 delivery, and he just got the bat out in front, and it stays 1-2.
Yeah, Chris Tillman has really cleaned up his delivery. A lot of work down in the minor leagues. See him getting over the top, downhill. Nice powerful stride. And he's been consistent with the delivery. I think that's the biggest key. And Chris Tillman, there's been some inconsistencies out of the windup and the stretch, but he's really worked on limiting the amount of movement that he has, really tightened it up.
That one he jammed him on. It's going to go off his glove. The only place at first, and it'll be made. Andino. Tillman in a hurry to try and get the double play, deflected. It'll go 1-4-3. Importantly for the Orioles, they get the out. Dunn will get down to second base.
Yeah, great pitch by Tillman. Gets in on him, jams him a little bit. Tillman just kind of waves that, unable to make that play. Would have been a pretty routine double play if he would have been able to glove it. But nice play by Andino, backing him up there.
Takes Paul a little while to get down the line there.
Yeah, that was about an 8-second run down the first base line.
Not that he's not trying.
Foot.
Here's Rios. Runner at second base with 2 away. And Rios will take the overhand pitch. He flied out to center field his first time up. Paul Konerko has had a couple of tough at bats. Tillman's pitched him very tough through first 2. 1-0 count. Dunn will get a good secondary lead at second base. Tillman's pitch is outside, and he falls behind 2-0. For Rios on the season, he's hitting .355 with runners in scoring position. He's one of 3 White Sox who are in the top 10 in that department. Rios, Ramirez, and Pierzynski, all in the top 10 averages in the American League with runners in scoring position. That's why the White Sox as a team are first. Not sure about that call, and a 2-ball 1-strike count.
Rios has made some adjustments, and he's having a phenomenal year. He worked a lot with hitting coach Manto down there in the White Sox and standing a little bit taller. I don't know if you remember seeing him last year. I mean, he's a big kid. He's like 6'6", and he was crouched down almost like a little infielder would hit, you know. But get him up a little bit taller and use that leverage. And he's been driving the ball to over 20 home runs, a lot of doubles, extra base hits.
Jeff Manto, hitting instructor, the twin of Robert Ventura on the right. Here's the 3-ball 1-strike delivery on the way, and that'll be outside. So Tillman will surrender his 3rd walk, 2 in this inning, putting runners at first and second with 2 down. This is where you can get into trouble against the White Sox, who can deliver the long ball, and Pierzynski coming up. Now, Pierzynski flied out to center field his first time up. He's struggling at the plate right now. He does not have a hit over the last 5 games if you include this one. He's 0 for his last 12 at the plate and only 5 for his last 29. Timeout taken as he waits for the chopper to go over.
Yeah, he showed his frustration last night. Wei and Chen was carving him up with that fastball, abused him up in the zone, up and in, and then down and away, and he wanted to fire his bat out of the stadium back to Chicago last night.
2 on, 2 down. Tillman's pitch is grounded right off the end of the bat. Played by Andino. And Tillman makes the pitch he needed to record the out. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 are left on base. The Orioles on top 4-0. Markakis cleared the bases with that double for 3, and Ford delivered the home run, and the Orioles are on top in this game against Chris Sale by a score of 4-0, already doubling his ERA in the year, 2.65. 4-4-0 for the Orioles, and Zippo on the board for the White Sox. Sale back out to work in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Here's McLouth. He started that 2nd inning out with a single, stole a base. Throwing error charged on Pierzynski on the collision at 2nd. He went to 3rd, and that started the whole thing out, followed by a couple of walks to Lodum and Markakis with a double. And Sale's pitch will miss right there, and a 1-ball-1-strike count. All 4 runs coming with 2 down. One thing the Orioles have done a lot of this year, those 2-out runs.
Well, it's pretty amazing to me in situations in a ball game where, you know, a stolen base or an error can lead to just some, you know, a pitcher losing his concentration, or maybe even a catcher losing his concentration. We saw it last night with Wei and Chen. Mark Reynolds makes a beautiful play, flips it to Wei and Chen. Chen can't handle it. Next pitch, home run, 2-run homer. So same thing happened to Sale that last inning.
And there's another base hit. Boy, McLouth is hot. Runner on, leadoff man, 4th inning. Take a look at our notebook and our East wins. For David Price, Tampa Bay allowed back-to-back home runs last night. First time any Rays pitcher has done that in this baseball season. The Rays lost last night. Rays, however, on a pace to set a new American League strikeout mark. 1,340 strikeouts. And Mark Teixeira will not be in the series against the Orioles. Grade 1 strain, left calf, out for a week, maybe 2.
Oh.
Our East wins. That was the most unsympathetic sigh I've ever heard.
He's a force, man. I mean, they're going to miss him for sure for a couple weeks if he's out.
Yep.
That's unfortunate. But
they're sure he's out for at least 1 week, and it could be 2. Here's Manny Machado. Machado will take it up high for a ball. He drew one of those walks and scored. Got his first stolen base when they sent him with runners at 1st and 3rd, and they did not throw down, but he got the stolen base credited to him. Machado with a 1-0 count. And Dino will wait on deck. McLouth off first, and that fastball is going to be in there. I think Sale getting a little angry at himself for the number of pitches he's not put in the strike zone in this game, and reared back for a little extra. He's closing in on the 70 pitch count. We're only in the 4th inning.
Yeah. Well, tip your hat to the Orioles offense for a good game plan. Be impatient with them, working the counts.
1-1. That'll be fouled back into the screen. You take a look at where Sale is working on the rubber. He says this is the biggest change. Quoted in the Chicago Tribune, he was way over on the first base side, and his pitching coach said to him, "Why don't you get towards the middle of that rubber over towards 3rd? You're missing the inside corner by about 6 inches on hitters." So that's what he did. And he said after he tried that, Cooper's comments, he said, Sale said, "I actually felt like an idiot for having stayed over there on the first base side for so long and trying to figure out why I couldn't throw strikes." Don Cooper said, "Get over on the other side of it." He said, "And that's made all the difference for me this year." 1-2, the look over. Runner not going. There's that big breaking ball. He gets the strikeout, his 5th.
Yeah, one of his better breaking balls earlier in this ball game. They're down out of the strike zone. Sweeper. It hangs out there, and you think it's going to be a good one. Just drops out of the zone.
Sale gets the K. Runner at first, 1 away now. There's Cooper, the pitching coach. He's worked with these starters and put together a heck of a staff. Robert Andino. The Orioles are going to get a look at a rookie tomorrow night who's going to make his first appearance ever against the Orioles in that ball game. He's been called up. Gavin Floyd has gone on the DL as expected. So with Floyd on the DL, they'll bring up Dylan Axelrod, a right-hander, coming up from AAA. Runner goes. They got him picked off. Here's the throw by Konerko on the money to Ramirez, and there's the out. So it'll be a caught stealing against McLeod. 1-3-6, and there are 2 down.
A lot of times with lefties, if you're a base stealer, you pick a pitch, go first move. Well, he just made the wrong choice right there. Sale was coming over to first base. He doesn't really have a hang move, so he's definitely coming to first base on that play.
So Andino, who drew a walk and scored his first time up, now stands in with the bases empty and a 1-0 count. And the pitch will be taken away for a ball. You oftentimes see when you talk about caught stealing in the catcher's numbers, that play right there sometimes gets counted as a catcher's caught stealing. It's not. Catcher had nothing to do with it, but it gets thrown into the mix. Sometimes you'll see different numbers from different sources on what the percentage of caught stealing is. That's a primary reason why right there. I never understood why that's not a pickoff. That should be credited to the pitcher.
Yeah.
I mean, the rule is if the runner was going, it's a caught stealing. But that's the pitcher's effort that got the out. But he doesn't get any credit for it. Here's the 2-2 delivery on the way, and that one to right field. Hit pretty well back near the scoreboard. And reaching it off the wall. Rios did not get a good read on that. Rather than getting back and playing it, he kept floating with it and never got it lined up, and it's going to be an Andino double.
Yeah, I don't think Rios respected Andino's opposite field power right here. And beat him deep, and then he got tentative. You see him glance at the wall, got a little scared of that collision with the right field wall. Pulled up a little short, and Andino gets a double out of it.
So Robert Andino in with a 2-bagger on twice in the ball game, and Nick Markakis is going to get another shot at it. Nick delivered the bases loaded double in the second inning, picking up 3 RBIs, 1 for 2 in the game. And Markakis will pop that one up. Pierzynski coming over. Room, and he's got it. So the Orioles, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and a base runner left on 4. Complete. The Orioles lead at 4-0. Major League Baseball, our Inside the Numbers brought to you by Kia Motors. To learn more, visit kia.com. AJ Pierzynski of the White Sox, Matt Wieters of the Orioles. Here's a look at the numbers and how they match up.
Yeah, pretty good numbers and some quality catchers for sure. Of course, Matt Wieters, the reigning Gold Glove catcher, but AJ Pierzynski having a career year offensively and has been a consistent catcher for his whole career. See the numbers right there. Earned run average 4.12. Matt Wieters slightly better. Wieters actually better in a few categories. Just the fielding percentage down. I think Matt at the beginning of the year made some, very uncharacteristic errors, a couple throwing errors early on, and that kind of brought his fielding percentage down a tick.
He has picked that up, though. Here's Viciedo, will ground it out his first time up. We go to the 5th inning, bottom 3rd of the order up. Viciedo will foul that one off and hard. He's had only one hit against the Orioles this year. He is 1 for 16 for the left fielder. There are the numbers for Chris Tillman. Tillman working with the 4-0 lead in the ball game, coming off that win against Texas. Reached for, Hardy will charge. Bare hands it, can't make a play, and there's the first hit. Zavisaeda was on with the first hit for the White Sox on a roller to short.
Yeah, take a look at it right here now. Of course, Zavisaeda runs pretty well. So J.J. Hardy thinking he's got to barehand that ball, but I've seen J.J. Hardy he has such great glove to hand transfer that he probably could have made that play with his glove, and I'm sure he might be walking back thinking about that right now.
So the White Sox on the board with a leadoff single here in the 5th inning. And here's Ramirez, who has drawn one of the 3 walks surrendered by Chris Tillman in the game. And ran the hand up the bat as though to bunt, but never offered. And a 1-0 count. Walk-wise, Chris Tillman has walked as many as 4, but that was back on July 26 against Tampa Bay. 3 so far in this ball game. 1-0 to Ramirez.
Move his feet a little bit. Ramirez has had some pretty good success off Tillman though in his career, so why not brush him off the plate?
Ramirez 4 for 5 with a home run lifetime off Tillman. He has the best numbers of anyone in the lineup by far against him. Another fastball that's going to miss inside, again squaring up. Looks like though he's really taking here, and the count goes to 3-0. Cannot live with walks against a team like the White Sox, because the home run sooner or later is going to pop up. 3-0 pitch he's taking, and walked him on 4 straight. So that's 4 walks in the ball game, and the White Sox have the first 2 on here in the 5th inning. Enrique is on his way out, the Oriole pitching coach, to have a word here. We've got 2 more games left in this series. Hope you'll get out and see the Orioles here in this big matchup against the White Sox. Joe Saunders, the newly acquired left-hander, goes tomorrow against Dylan Axelrod, the rookie, being called up to make the start. And then 12:35 on Thursday, Zach Britton goes against Jose Quintana.
Yeah, it's been a great series so far, obviously, for the Orioles, and they're off to a good start here in Game 2. And tough challenge. I mean, it just seems like all year the Orioles, every time they turn around, there's another tough challenge for them and a hurdle. Now here, getting into, the end of August, and of course the White Sox being the best team right now in the Central Division. I mean, just an incredible challenge for the Orioles, but they've been playing some pretty good baseball here in the last 2 games. Obviously, we're going to see a couple new faces with Saunders throwing, and for the White Sox, Axelrod coming up, getting an opportunity.
Here's Beckham, the number 9 hitter. Beckham, a strikeout victim, his first time up. And Beckham will take the pitch for a strike. The Yankee series is almost set, as Miguel Gonzalez is going to pitch the opener. Wei-Yin Chen the second game, and then the third game for the Orioles not announced. The Yankees are going to throw Kuroda, Garcia, and Phelps against the Orioles. 0-1 count on Beckham. And he reaches and fouls that one away, and a 2-strike count. So the White Sox with the opportunity to get themselves on the board here in the top of the 5th inning. Beckham, 260 with runners in scoring position, a good deal better than his overall 229 average. Here's the 0-2 to him. And straight back again. Tillman just over the 70 pitch mark.
Even though he, just got done obviously walking Ramirez, he's done such a nice job mixing up his pitches. Nobody's really squared a ball up off him, and they just can't get to his fastball. He's throwing his changeup and his breaking balls for strikes.
0-2 is going to miss down low. Ball and 2 strikes on Beckham. Wise, the leadoff batter, on deck. Look back at second. Visayas is the lead runner. And good shot. He jammed him. Got that one inside. McLeod. Plenty of time to get under it. Runners halfway. One away. Our PNC Minor League report brought to you by PNC for the achiever in you. Tommy Hunter, who's been with the Orioles on and off all year long, pitching in a ball game against the Erie Seawolves last night for Bowie. 9 innings and finished it with that shutout, a 2-hitter, walking only 1, striking out 4, and threw only 99 pitches.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah, that's certainly pitch efficiency and nice way to build Tommy Hunter's. Get some positive feedback there. Make him build his confidence a little bit. And I'm sure he's going to come back up here in September and, make an impact on this Orioles staff or the bullpen.
Hunter said last night, I kept the ball down for the most part. You win ball games where you do that wherever you pitch. He retired the first 11 before issuing a 2-out walk in the top of the 5th inning. 1-0 count on Wise. He is grounded out and flied out. The discussion today for Oriole fans and around the ballpark about Randy Wolf perhaps going to sign for the Orioles. Apparently he wants to, and the Orioles want him, so it's a matter of just getting a deal done. But Showalter, while obviously didn't have anything to announce, certainly made it sound like it's going to happen. 1-1 delivery, so the Orioles really stockpiling some pitchers.
Hey,
Wolf would probably be a left-hander out of the bullpen.
Yeah, why not? And I mean, you go down the stretch here and you have some younger pitchers. You get a couple veteran guys, Wolf obviously, and Saunders down there, a couple left-handers, and you can put them in the bullpen and be more effective. In September, obviously expanding your roster, and we saw what Buck Showalter can do when he can match up lefty against righty. I mean, very successful and knowledgeable about doing that.
Creating as many options as possible going into the final month, which all of a sudden isn't that far away. Here we are on the 28th of August. Not going to load up with a lot of people, he said again today. The only people who are going to be here for the expanded roster are people who can help us win right now. That's what they're looking at. Runners at first and second base. Wise with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Only 1 down. Pulled the string out of him and got him.
Tillman threw a couple great changeup. Here's one right here to Wise. Nice pitch, maybe a little up in the zone, but certainly takes enough off it after he has been showing this fastball consistently to this point in the ball game. Those changeups becoming very effective.
And now that'll bring up Kevin Youkilis, who had a home run in the ball game last night. He has flied out twice in this game. The always dangerous, especially against the Orioles. Youkilis. 2 down, 2 on. And the breaking ball is in there for a strike. Youkilis had his 11th career home run here in this ballpark last night. That's the most he's had in any opposing ballpark. He's got a .330 career batting average here. That's the fifth highest of any player all time at Camden Yards. 0-1 count. Leaders blocks it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Do not try and teach your son or daughter how to do that. It's impossible.
It is certainly one of the most unique approaches to hitting, at least 3 approaches. His swing becomes very consistent and fundamentally sound after he gets out of this setup. But to be able to start like that, I'm surprised he's never actually just dropped the bat up there. He's got it right in his fingertips. Up over his head.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Runners off first and second. Tillman gets it in. Jammed him again. Machado to second. Tillman has come up with some tremendous pitches on the inside part of the plate when he's needed them in this ball game. The Orioles continue on top. The White Sox lead 2 on base. 4-0 O's. Win against the White Sox in the ball game last night, and right now for Chris Tillman, a real good start. I'm wondering, Mike, how much do you think the competition that's been created by the number of pitchers now with this ball club is helping people like Tillman be better?
It may, but I think Chris Tillman kind of ironed out some things on his own. But I'll tell you what, competition is always healthy, and it started in spring training when they brought so many pitchers in and everybody was vying for a spot. Chris Tillman didn't even make the team out of spring training, so he says, hey, I got some work to do. He goes back to AAA with the help of the pitching coaches down there, Mike Griffin and Peterson, gets himself back on track, more consistent with his delivery, and he has been very successful here with the Orioles since he's been called up.
And that's hard work, because when you're down there after the ball club breaks camp, you thought you probably were going to be on the team, and you don't. It's lonely.
It sure is. Very frustrating. It's almost demoralizing. He's had opportunities, and you want. And he's a young kid, though, so fortunately he had that on his side. But I'll tell you what, when you get sent out after being in the big leagues for a couple years, and then back down in AAA, you wonder if you're ever going to get that chance again. Well, fortunately for him, with his great work ethic, understanding what he needed to do, he was able to get himself back on track and has been really consistent since he's been in the big leagues.
And pitching a heck of a ball game here. Philip Humber has come on to pitch as Sale is out of the ball game. Humber had been talked about as a potential starter in the game tomorrow, which obviously is not going to happen. They'd already named the starter, but here's Humber. I wonder if there's something wrong with Sale.
Well, he wasn't as consistent, obviously, as we've known him to be, and how his numbers were. The Orioles able to get to him, a lot of base on balls, pitch count was elevated, maybe just not feeling so good. And there have always been question marks about him, too, after coming out of the bullpen. Now, I know he's had a great year.
That's down to third and foul.
But concerned about his pitch count, you know, after pitching out of the bullpen all last year and all of a sudden say, hey, you're going to be a starter and having some success. Here's a look at his numbers tonight. Just 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs. But the 3 walks through a lot of pitches, 75 pitches through 4 innings. Pretty big number there.
That's interesting. And the pitch will be taken away by Hardy. Hardy is single and he is grounded out. You wonder whether you think they would pull him out and try and bring him back on short rest to work against Detroit?
Ooh, maybe.
Because he's not pitching well here. I mean, you don't surrender the game because you've got another one of your starters, if you will, on the mound right now in Humber. I mean, he's been a starter before. He's worked out of the bullpen as well. I don't know, just a thought.
Kind of risky, though.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. But Sale just didn't seem to have it tonight. Here's the 2-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be taken outside for a ball. Chris Tillman looking to pick up his 7th win of the season in this game, and has the 4-0 lead, having surrendered just that lone infield hit in that last half inning. 3-ball, 2-strike count on Hardy. Humber's pitch, and that ball is going to be popped up to second base. Beckham. And he's got it. Hardy is retired. It's the 180-mile-an-hour Festival of Speed. Tickets on sale now for the Grand Prix of Baltimore, presented by SRT. Visit raceonbaltimore.com. And don't forget, the O's are going to be at home through Thursday with that noontime game Thursday. There's a game tomorrow night, 7:05, a 12:35 game on Thursday. Even with the Grand Prix in town getting underway, roads open, parking lots are open for you. We hope you'll get out and cheer on the Orioles in this big series against the White Sox. Here's Adam Jones. He has drawn a walk and he has struck out. So Philip Humber makes his appearance here against the Orioles in relief. And the pitch will be taken for a strike. Leaders to follow. 4-6-0 for the Orioles. 0-1-1 for the White Sox. Jones, strike on the outside corner. That one pretty far out there. The number got the call as Jones backs off to think about it. Humber with the 0-2. Works out of the stretch. Jones got it in the air to left field. It's playable. Visaedo will move in a bit. And there are 2 down. Mid-Atlantic Sports Report returns tomorrow 5 to 6:30. Tom Davis, Phil Wood, Mel Lanton, and Dave Johnson will have all the latest Oriole news and notes, headlines from around the majors. That'll be tomorrow at 5 right here on MASN. Nick Markakis, who had the bases loaded double, second inning, 3 RBIs. Lou Ford, solo shot, third inning. His second home run of the year and in as many days. Umber now working to Wieters, and the pitch will be taken for a strike. Umber has worked against the Orioles. This is 8th game. 3 of them have been as a starter. His ERA against the Orioles 3.38. His record is 0-1. Orioles have hit him at a 250 clip lifetime. And the pitch is taken inside for a ball. One ball, one strike count on Wieters. Orioles against left-handers, coming in 19-14 against left-handed starters. Boy, to get Sale out of there, the second winningest pitcher in the league.
You know, after showing that picture down there of Nick Markakis and Presley hanging in the dugout, you wonder, did Chris Sale not have it, or the Orioles offense just have a great game plan going? Because Sale had some pretty good pitches, but man, Markakis jumps all over a slider on the first pitch. Bottom half of the order, really working the count on some off-speed pitches and getting on base, drawing some walks. So, you know, you have to, maybe Sale didn't have his best stuff, but you have to credit the Orioles offense too for having a nice game plan and taking advantage of some opportunities. 2-2 delivery, check swing, and he's gone. Didn't think so. Umber will get the strikeout. He comes on a relief and retires the side in order. The Orioles on top in game 2 of this 4-game set. Bassett is brought to you by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by 5-Hour Energy. 5-Hour Energy fixes tired fast. Mid-80s tonight here in downtown Baltimore at Camden Yards. These kids, you can only bottle what it is that drives them. You can make a lot of money. Just dancing up a storm, Mom and Dad. The Orioles looking to pick up a winner tonight. It would be their 71st win of the year, and it would also move them 14 games over 500 for the first time since 2005. If the Orioles can hang on here, and they've got the 4-0 lead, and we go to the 6th inning. Adam Dunn leading it off. Dunn has popped out and drawn a walk. The DH will take it for a strike. Adam Dunn this year is hitting a home run every 11.9 at bats. Babe Ruth hit him every 11.7 in his career. Mark McGwire holds the all-time record, unfortunately tinged. He had a home run every 10.6 at bats. Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way, and the pitch will be taken up high. Asked Dunn tonight when we were talking, do you have any idea what your average is when you put balls in play? And he said, I don't. We'll check on that for tomorrow, though, because it's got to be high. When you lead the league in strikeouts and walks, the number of times you put the ball in play, not many.
I mean, he's hitting only 204, but that's common. What isn't common is he's up the home runs way up to 38 and 88 RBIs. 2-2 delivery. Look out. White Sox dugout that time. Wayne Wise sitting down at the far end of the bench. No longer.
Oh my, it gets dangerous in there, especially a guy like Adam Dunn chopping one into the dugout line drive like that. Coming in hot.
2-2, and Dunn goes down swinging. Tillman gets his third strikeout.
Look at the pitch, working Dunn up in the zone. This one away though. Pretty good pitch, 93-mile-an-hour fastball on the black.
And our Infinity Pitch Track, brought to you by Infinity Luxury Cars that deliver inspired performance. Here's Paul Kodarko. Kodarko has grounded out and flied out, a 1 for 5 so far in the 2 games. And that pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Tillman really in charge of this ball game right now, pitching with confidence, throwing strikes, mixing them up. 0-1 delivery. That'll be up high with a fastball.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, we talked about his game plan and trying to establish that fastball early. Well, he did that, and he was really aggressive with it. And then he started mixing in the off-speed pitches, the sliders, the breaking balls, that changeup, and we've seen how effective it was. Now, one of Chris Tillman's other weapons is a nice cutter that he has, but he hasn't really had to go to that too often tonight because he's getting a lot of swing and misses and pop-ups with just his fastball.
2 ball, 1 strike count. Foul tipped into the mitt.
Here's a look at Tillman relying more on the cutter for strikeouts. It has gone up this year. You know, a lot of pitchers fall in love with that pitch, and I think a lot of this has to do with Matt Waiters. You see the 14.3% with strikeouts on that cutter. You know, whatever Matt really is in control down there with what fingers is down, and if he sees that Chris Tillman or any pitcher, a pitch is working, he's going to go to it.
Hardy's going to have a tough play here. That ball's got a lot of spin, but a slow runner and plenty of time to get the out. And there are 2 away. Fans, join us for an evening with Cal and Eddie on September 5th at the Hilton Baltimore. You can get information at Babe Ruth Museum. For ticket information, that's www.baberuthmuseum.com on September 5. Here's Rios, and he'll take the pitch up high for a ball. Rios has flied out and drawn a walk in the game. Chicago last night picked up 3 runs on 8 hits, nothing on 1 hit so far in this ball game. And in these, we told you they've lost 4 in a row on the road, and one of the reasons for that is that the offense in the road games has not been good. Here's the 1-1 delivery. That'll be fouled back. They've been hitting 247 on the road that recent streak of losses. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Rios. Here's the 1-2 right there. No questions asked. Tillman dominating. That's 4 strikeouts. He retires the side in order. He has retired the side in order 3 of the 6 innings in this ball game. The Orioles lead. Game 3 of the 4-game set. Joe Saunders will take the mound. His debut as an Oriole against the rookie Dylan Axelrod, called up to make the start. Our coverage on MASN HD 6:30 O's Extra, presented by Jeep, followed by our game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN.
Yeah, it should be pretty interesting. A couple new faces to both teams here. So Joe Saunders, there's a lot of excitement about getting this veteran pitcher on the Orioles staff. Areas look at him in the Orioles dugout, trying to get familiar with this place and his new teammates.
Here's Lou Ford. Ford delivered a home run his last time up. He has struck out and homered. 1 for 2. Inserted in that lineup because a left-hander was starting. Now gets the right-hander Umber on in relief, and he'll nub that one down to first base. Canerco directing traffic. Umber gets over there. And Ford is retired, one away here in the 6th inning. So Ford down, Reynolds, McLeod coming up for the Orioles here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Tomorrow, Dylan Axelrod, the starter for Chicago, to be his first career appearance against the Orioles. He has made 10 appearances with the White Sox this year, going up and down. 0-2 this season, 6 starts. Last started on July 16 in the majors against the Red Sox. Mark Reynolds has struck out and grounded out, 0 for 3 in the 2 games so far. That one's going to bounce away in a 1-0 count. So Sale, the starter, 4 runs, 6 hits, 4 innings. Shortest outing of the year for the 15-game winner. The left-hander coming out unexpectedly. He walked 3 and struck out 5. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that is on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Philip Umber on in relief. As far as the wild card is concerned, the Orioles and Oakland hold the 2 spots right now, with Tampa Bay half game out, the Tigers 1 game out, Detroit 4.5 games out. And really that's it, because then you jump up to 9 games out, Boston, Seattle. So you got Baltimore, Oakland, Tampa Bay, Detroit, and the Angels in that fight for the 2 wild cards right now. On a check swing, that's going to miss, 3-1.
Well, looking forward to that month of September. I know a lot of fans are.
There's some great baseball. 3-1 delivery on the way to him.
Just seems like everything's going to come down to that last weekend with Tampa.
People are already saying that, aren't they?
No.
Everybody's talking about 3 games in Tampa Bay, October 1, 2, 3. 3-2 delivery. Foul back. Keep in mind the Orioles have a West Coast trip left. That's both good and bad. It's bad because you got to go on the road and go west. They've got Oakland for 3 and Seattle for 3, and then a very strange day off in Boston. That's a tough road trip. 3 in Oakland, 3 in Seattle, fly cross country, day off, and play 3 against the Red Sox. Ground ball towards second and a base hit. Reynolds on with a 1-out single there in the 6th inning. The 2013 Orioles Pet Calendar, presented by Southwest Airlines, is here. 15-month calendar features your favorite birds posing with their favorite dogs and cats. Proceeds benefit the Orioles Reach and Barks, the Baltimore Animal Rescue and Care Shelter. You can get your copy at the Orioles team store or visit Orioles.com/pet calendar. That'll be hit number 7 for the Orioles. First one off Umber, and that will bring up McLeod. 2 singles, runs scored. Has stolen a base, has been caught stealing. He's been involved in a little bit of everything here in this ball game. McLeod hitting .270 with 2 home runs, 7 RBIs over the last 5 ball games. 1-0 count, and the throw over to get the runner back to first base. Signs coming from third. Certainly not for Reynolds to steal.
You never know. I mean, up by 4, this might be a good opportunity for a hit and run or something, a little push.
1-0 delivery. That is going to miss outside, and a 2-0 count. Marlo Hale with the signs down there at third. Short lead at first for Reynolds, and that pitch is going to be taken inside for a ball. So Umber falls behind here 3-0. Chicago pitchers have been giving up some walks of late. They've given up 7 or more walks in 3 of the last 8 games. It's a lot of walks. Sale walked 3 in the 4 innings he worked. 3-0 delivery, and that'll be in there for a strike. Now Philip Humber trying to find the strike zone. Orioles trying to stay out of that double play. McLeod a tough one to double up with his speed. 3-1 delivery to him. That'll go to first. That's going to be a base hit. Slowed down by Caderco's glove. He'll make the turn and stay as Rios gets it. The Orioles cover the corners with the 1 away.
Good swing right there, getting aggressive in the 3-1 count. Smokes that ball down to Caderco. Caderco holding Reynolds on, unable to make this play. Down the line, nice job by Mark Reynolds. Keep on going over there to third base.
That's a 3-hit ball game, the first Nate McLeod has had as an Oriole. And here's Machado, who has walked and struck out. He gets another chance with runners in scoring position. Orioles with 8 hits on the board. McLeod will take the pitch, and it is a strike called. Machado at the plate here with an RBI opportunity. And would McLeod be running in this situation? That ball in the air to center field. Runner tagging at third. Wise has got it. Reynolds will cross. Sac fly. Manny Machado gets the RBI, and the Orioles make it a 5-0 ball game.
Nice job by Manning. Obviously not trying to do too much. Gets that sac fly, a big run. That 5th run is huge, especially against a powerhouse offense that has the potential of putting up big numbers offensively.
Machado will get his first sacrifice fly as a major leaguer. He's had his first stolen base in the majors tonight, and that'll be RBI number 10. Runner at first base now with 2 down. Robert Andino. He's walked, scored, and doubled. As the Orioles just keep chipping away, putting runs up on the board. Markakis 3 RBIs. Home run by Ford. Machado with the RBI sac fly, and thinking that maybe McLeod will be running here. Throw over made by Umber. Andino waiting. He's 3 for 6 with a home run off Umber, and pops that one up. There'll be no play. I want to remind you, following the ball game, it's the O's Extra Post Game Tune-In, brought to you by PNC Bank. For the achiever in you, Jim and Rick are standing by. Take a look back at this one. Listen in to Buck Showalter in his press conference, and also to some of the players and their comments in the ball game tonight. So far, so good for the O's. 5-0. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Andino. Umber again with the throw. You can see why when you look at the numbers. Base stealers are 14 for 15 against Umber on the mound.
Yeah, and Nate McLeod has some pretty good speed, as he's shown, so obviously concerned about him.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Short lead, runner not going, foul back. Umber's made 16 starts of the 23 appearances this season. So in and out of that starting rotation. And they chose to bring up the rookie for tomorrow to start rather than put Umber back in the rotation against the Orioles. 1-2, runner goes. Slapped right where the second baseman left. Making the turn, McLeod. Up with it, Rios. They'll hold him. And Andino just pocketed that one right where Beckham had vacated the spot. Base hit, 2 for 2.
Yeah, great job of hitting by Robert Andino. Off-speed pitch, and he backs that ball up. Sees the second baseman going over there, stays on it. Just a little ground ball. Finds that hole. Good execution by Robert, not trying to do too much.
And Nick Markakis a chance to add to what is already a big night.
Yeah, you get runners in motion, and it creates holes out there. A little bit of speed wreaks some havoc. And we're certainly concerned about Nate over there. A couple pickoff plays. Gets the steal, opens up a big hole. Andino delivers.
Markakis, bases loaded, double, 3 RBIs, second inning, 1 for 3. Now first and third, 2 down. And the pitch is down low for a ball. And the Orioles look to add some more here with a run already across in the 6th inning. Markakis 3 for 11 with a homer off Umber. And that pitch is down low, and the count goes to 2-0. Markakis in that leadoff spot came into the game hitting .335, 10 doubles, 2 triples, 5 homers, 28 runs scored, and 20 RBIs. And he's added another double and 3 RBIs in this game. Here's the 2-0 delivery to him, and that's inside, and Umber falls behind 3-0.
He may get green lighted here. I say yes.
This is really a nothing to lose situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
McLeod the lead runner at third base, and Andino with a base hit at first. 9 hits for the Orioles. 3-0. And that is a strike. Umber kept it down low. Three and 1. Runners off first and third, 2 down. There goes the runner at first. Andino, that ball into right field. Rios almost ran under it, but backs up and makes the catch. The Orioles will get a run on 3 hits, no errors. 2 are left on base. 6 complete at Camden Yards.
In the second inning, delivers a double that scores 3. And then Lou Ford comes up back-to-back nights in the third inning, delivers a solo shot. But the story truly is Chris Tillman has been dominant. There's a strikeout of Beckham and gets done. He has been super tonight. Chris Tillman with the 6 innings pitched, just 1 hit, 4 base on balls, but the 4 strikeouts, really mixing up all his pitches. Nick Markakis 3 RBIs with that double in the second and Lou Ford's solo home run in the third. And the Orioles have that 5-0 lead as we go into the 7th inning.
Chris Tillman, who had the no-hitter until the 5th inning, and a leadoff bouncer to short. Visaedo, the only hit, an infield single. As we go to the 7th inning, Pierzynski will take the pitch inside for a ball. 0 for 2. He is flied out and grounded out, trying to get out of his funk that he happens to be in right now. 0 for his last 13. And there's a nubber towards third. Manny Machado's up with it, makes the throw to first base to get the out. Tillman has really shut him down in this one. On Sunday, September 9, Orioles Reach joins the Oriole Advocates in their annual cardboard to leather collection. Representatives at each gate here at the ballpark before the Orioles-Yankee game at 1:35. They'll collect new or gently used baseball or softball equipment to support underprivileged youth in developing countries. Cash donations will also be accepted. For more details, OriolesReach.com. That's on September 9. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Visaedo just topped one to short in that last at bat. With his speed, Hardy tried to make a barehanded play on it, couldn't, and that's where the hit came from. 0-1 delivery will be fouled back over the screen. There are the numbers as he reaches the 101 mark. The 0-2 delivery, and that's going to be up high, 1-2. His high in pitches this year was his very first start, won 125 against Seattle. Big swing and a miss and got him. Visaedo retired. Strikeout number 5 for Tillman.
And he may get up to that spot too, because obviously no action in the pen, and Chris Tillman has just been dotting his pitches. That's a beautiful fastball in the outside corner. Saw him get Pierzynski with that couple back-to-back changeups, a weak ground out. So all of his pitches very effective, looking very strong, and pretty much in control.
Here's Ramirez, and a strike taken. Ramirez has walked twice in the game. Tillman working with extra days rest in this game, and very effective in what he's doing. You take a look at the numbers in his career, 4 days and 5+.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like there are a few pitchers that the Orioles have that extra day rest really benefits, and Wei Chen one of them. Of course, he's used to having the extra day after pitching over in Japan, but remarkably different here with an extra day's rest. 9 and 7, much stronger, able to go deeper into ball games. And he is certainly a different pitcher tonight, although he has had some great starts. But this extra day's rest, you can see the strength of all of his pitches.
6 days rest on for this ball game. Ramirez 2 down, nobody on. Ryan Mattis up at the bullpen for the Orioles. Here's the 0-2 delivery. That will be taken down low, and a ball and 2 strikes. He has been some effective in this performance. 1 ball, 2 strikes, looking to get out of the inning right here against Alexei Ramirez. That'll be punched foul down the first baseline. Here's the 1-2 delivery. That'll be launched right at McLeod. He's got it. And another 1-2-3 inning for Tillman. Orioles on top. Tillman with a great performance. Our 7th inning stretch brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. Fly straight. Drink responsibly. 5-0 lead. Gary Thorne, Mike Bordick with you. Chris Tillman. Yikes.
He's been dominant. He really has. All of his pitches are working for him. Probably too many base on balls, that kind of elevated his pitch count, so I'm sure somebody will be up in the pen next inning, but really been effective. He's trusted his fastball. He's been really aggressive with his fastball, and that's set up that nice changeup that he's shown, big breaking ball. So nice outing for Chris Tillman. Another one backed it up after facing Texas. My, oh my, 2 tough offenses to go against, and he's been dominant.
Real good job, and for the Orioles, key hits again, and you leave Ford in the lineup. You leave McLaughlin because he's playing regularly, and they're coming through for the Orioles.
Sure are. Man, oh man, those guys are stepping up big time. You give guys opportunities like that, and it's nice to see them step up and take advantage of it.
The Matas come on to play at shortstop. That will bring Ramirez out of the game. Umber remains on the mound in relief of Sale, working his 3rd inning. He has given up a run on 3 hits, that all coming in the last half inning. And the pitch will be taken by J.J. Hardy. A single, 1 for 3 in the ball game. Ramirez probably getting a little rest because of that bruised finger he's got with a split nail. That ball put up in the air to left field. Saeda will move in on it, and he's got it. 1 away in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Time to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. Here are your choices. Lou Ford tonight, who's delivered his 2nd home run in as many ball games. Chris Tillman with a great performance through 7 innings. And Nick Markakis, who's had a 3 RBI game, broke it open in the 2nd. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 318-26. Adam Jones 0 for 2 and a walk in the game. Jones has struggled against the White Sox this year, hitting only .227 against them. He does have a couple of home runs. First 2 games of this series so far, he's taken an 0 for 6 and a walk. The 1-0 delivery by Umber, and that will miss, and the count goes to 2-0. Outfield deep and straight away, as is the infield against the Orioles center fielder. And the breaking ball will miss outside, and the count quickly goes to 3-0. I think Markakis on the left there really opened things up in that 2nd inning. The Orioles just kind of stepped on the pedal after that bases loaded double to 3 runs. Tillman pitching, the Orioles adding runs and hits as they went along, and White Sox have never gotten into the ball game.
No, really haven't. And once again, you have to talk about Chris Tillman. I mean, the Orioles scored the 3 runs back in the 2nd inning, and Tillman comes up and just puts zeros up. Really backs it up, keeps the team on their toes out there. Outstanding effort.
Retired the side in order 4 innings of the 7 that he pitched. 3 ball, 2 strikeout. Jones up with 1 down. Umber out of that stretch gets it in. Adam fouls it back, and it goes to 3-2. 12,814 the announced attendance tonight. 12,814. They've been up for the Orioles. Right back here tomorrow night for game 3 of this 4-game set. Orioles won 3 out of 4 against Chicago in Chicago earlier in the year. Umber with a 3-2 delivery, and Jones will put that one down the line, and that's going to end up in the seats as well. So the count will stay at 3-2. Three-two delivery. Adam in the air to right field. Is this going to end the over? And right on the top of the wall. Goodbye, home run. Adam Jones gets the homer after a career high 110 at bats without a dinger. He ends it with his 25th and his 100th career home run.
Oh, that's great. Oh man, he's been waiting for that. I don't know if he's been pressing about trying to hit that 100th home run, because he's been hitting bullets all over the place, although he was in a little bit of a slump here. In this Chicago series, that's a nice way to break out with his 100th home run, 25th of the year.
Third home run he's had against the White Sox this year. And he reaches that magic number. And Waiters up.
Adam did a nice job working the count. He gets this fastball away, stays behind it, drives it. I mean, that was a bullet. Not much height at all. Just getting up over the top of that right field wall.
And that's going to be a base hit into center field. So Matt Waiters is on his first hit, 1 for 4. And the Orioles with a 6-0 lead in the ball game. Adam Jones with that home run has now tied his mark for most homers in a season, 25 that he set last year. So he's going to have a new mark in home runs in a year before this final month of the season's done. That'll bring up Lou Ford. Ford picked up a homer. He has struck out and grounded out. You check to see the last time Ford had home runs in consecutive ball games. Got to go back to 05. He had home runs in 3 consecutive games against Seattle. Ford had one last night, and he's had one in this ball game. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him. That will be taken up high for a ball. Orioles now double digits in hits, 6 runs, 10 hits in the ball game. Here's the 1-1 delivery to him. Check swing. Did he go? Check it first. No.
Lou Ford's home run, down and in fastball. Now back-to-back games. Last night he had a home run. It was kind of an up and away pitch, and he drives it out over the right field seats. They try to sneak one in, down and in. And he just drops the head on it, pulls it to the left field.
2-1 delivery. Going for another one right there and fouls it back. Ford now with the 1 for 3 in this ball game has had 7 hits in his last 23 at bats. 2 home runs over the last 7 games that he's played in. He doesn't have a lot of playing time. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Waiters on at first base with 1 out. And the slider will miss outside, and the count will go full, 3-2 to Ford. Orioles dispatched the 15-game winner, Chris Sale, just 4 innings, 4 runs, 6 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. He is the pitcher of record for Chicago. 3-2 delivery and got him. It'll be the second strikeout. Number is picked up. 2 down, 7th inning. Reynolds coming up. Reynolds flying a little under the radar offensively. He's picked up a single in this ball game and scored 1 for 3. He will foul that one back. Reynolds hitting over 300 over the last 17 games. He's had 8 extra base hits, 10 runs scored now, and 10 RBIs over that period.
Yeah, continues to draw a lot of walks, so getting on base as well. Pretty consistent approach here the last couple of weeks.
Waiters on first, the 0-1 delivery to Reynolds, and that will miss, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. And Mattis is ready to go in the bullpen as Tillman will come out of the ball game after 7 solid innings. 1-ball, 1-strike count on Reynolds. Numbers delivery to him, and that one off the end of the bat popped up left center field. Long run for everybody. And just long enough for Viscaedo to come get it. But the Orioles had a run on 2 hits. They leave a base runner on. Adam Jones ends the over in the home run department with his 25th. And the Orioles take a 6-0 lead.
ball game. Another great outing. Had all of his pitches working. Really mixed it up well against this tough White Sox lineup. To his fastballs. Rios caught looking. Fastball away. Viciedo. Dominant performance by Chris Tillman tonight. 7 innings, just that one hit, and it was a weak hit at that. Infield single. No runs, no earned. 4 walks, but 5 strikeouts, 109 pitches. Awesome performance by Chris Tillman. Back-to-back performances. Man, oh man, his last start against the Texas Rangers, pretty dominant, and then here again tonight against the White Sox. And that'll bring us Brian Mattis coming out of the bullpen. He has had 16 starts this year with that 5-10 record, kind of a lofty 5.40 earned run average. So went down to AAA, said, hey, you want to be our lefty specialist, try him out of the bullpen. Well, here he is. See that batting average is against lefties, 172.
And here is Beckham, their number 9 hitter, 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and he is flied out tonight. The lone White Sox hit, a number that came by Viciedo in the 5th inning to short. That's the only hit Tillman surrendered in the 7 innings worked. Chris Tillman, when he made his major league debut against Tampa Bay, he threw 6 innings of no hit ball. That was back on April 2 of 2011. It was obviously, it's as good as you can get. Came near and only one little number short of keeping the zeros up on the board. So Brian Mattis on to get some work in here and try and hold this ball game right where it is. 2-1 delivery, and that will be fouled away. Beckham against lefties, hitting only .210 this year, .235 off right-handers. I asked Brian Mattis the other night after he had his first appearance against out of the bullpen. He said, I really like this. That I like it because I don't know every day when I come whether I'm going to be pitching or not, so I have to stay ready all the time. So the other, when you're starting, you know, and you get on the schedule. He said this is different, and he will start out here with a strikeout.
Yeah, good look at his breaking ball coming up right here. Beckham sees it. Boy, that is sharp. Nice late break, bite at the end, down underneath the hitting zone. Beckham swinging right over the top of it. Good pitch by Brian Mattis.
Leadoff batter, 0 for 3 in the ball game. Dwayne Wise up. You just never know, pitching wise, starters and relievers. Some guys swear they would never be one or the other, and then when they finally get a chance at that role, they find they love it.
All right, find out that's their niche. They feel more comfortable.
And he went around on that one. Home plate umpire Jordan Baker making the call.
Look at this pitch, kind of gets down on that. Oh yeah, sure enough, he went.
Wise 257 off left-handers. Here's the 0-2. Really looks like Mattis gets out there in relief, and we're only seeing him for the second time. But it really looks like he rears back and fires.
Yeah.
Something a little different than what we see as a starter, where he's trying to be more controlled.
And yeah, I agree.
Here's the 0-2 delivery. Nasty breaking ball, fouled off.
Well, and I guess the beauty about it is now obviously they had the success against the left-handed bats, but the fact that he has been a starter could potentially be a long man, or even, you know, go back to that starting role. I think that's probably his ultimate goal, but try to get the most out of him, and especially here down the stretch, what's going to help the Orioles win.
And that one is swung on and missed, and Wise will be tagged out by Wieters. So 2 strikeouts on the 2 hitters faced here in the 8th inning. And there are 2 down. Well, congratulations. So far, 7 strikeouts have been recorded. $1,200 from the Maryland Lottery. Michael, good night. Maybe more to come. For your chance to be a Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, play Strike It Rich Scratch Offs. Enter your non-winning ticket codes at mdlottery.com/strikeitRich. Here's Kevin Youkilis, 0 for 3 in the ball game. And the pitch will be taken up high for a ball. Youkilis 309 off lefties and 223 off right-handers. Big divergence for the third baseman this year, lefty righty. There's the 1-0 pitch. That'll catch the outside corner. Euclid 4 for 10 with a home run, lifetime off Brian Mattis. And that's going to miss a little low. Count will go to 2-1.
Pretty good pitch, though. Nice change up down the bottom of the zone. Of course, tough to get Kevin Euclid to swing at those borderline pitches. Pretty patient hitter.
Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way. That'll go to third. Manny Machado right there in a 1-2-3 inning. So Tillman Mattis combining so far, just dominating these White Sox hitters, and the Orioles have a 6-0 lead. Will contribute $50 to support the American Heart Association Heart Walk. To date, 371 walks, $18,550. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Danks has come on to play in right field as Rios is out. Robin Ventura resting some players here, figuring this one is not going to be won, even though they are a big comeback team. And that one caught the home plate umpire. Went right through Pierzynski. And Jordan Baker took that one.
He walks it off a little bit. That pitch got away. Squared him up. I know he's got a shin guard. Man. You know, my dad always said that baseball's got a rubber center, so it's probably not going to hurt. Well, he was wrong about that. Even if you have a shin guard, you know that's going to hurt.
There's the crew chief, Tim McClellan, coming down from third base to check with his home plate umpire, Jordan Baker, blaming it on Pierzynski for not stopping it. Just kidding.
It could be. I think that's what Tim McClellan said. Well, hey, AJ, what are you doing?
Get over there and stop that ball, will you? He's not going to smile till he knows Baker's okay. Baker's laughing. Pierzynski's giving it to McClellan.
It's fun when you're a veteran, become a veteran player like AJ Pierzynski. You can actually have fun with some umpires because you built up a relationship with them.
And McLeod with a towering fly ball towards left field. Isaedo is there, and he's got it. McLeod's retired. 3 for 4, though, in the ball game. Follow the Orioles with MLB.com at Bat 12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, Windows Mobile. Live audio pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at Bat 31826. Go to Orioles.com for details. Manny Machado coming up. He has had a sac fly last time up. He struck out, walked, scored, picked up a stolen base in the ball game, as the Orioles have settled down a little with their starting lineup. With Manny Machado coming up, he's at third base now every game. With McLeod coming over, he's in left field virtually every game. Inside out right field, Danks has got it, and there are 2 down.
Yeah, when McLeod and Machado over there certainly have shored up the defense, which down the stretch ends up becoming a huge part of the game. You always talk about pitching and defense being a key to having a successful season. Well, the Orioles defense was a little bit suspect there the first half of the year, really ratcheting up the error totals and putting more pressure on the pitching staff. So you solidify that defense, pitchers end up becoming more relaxed, wanting to put the ball in play.
And here's Andino. 2 down, bottom half of the 8th inning. Orioles 6-10-0. The White Sox 0-1-1. Andino, a double, a single, and a walk. Very productive in that 9 spot here in this start. And he'll take that one in the air towards right center field. Going back on it is Wise, looking and makes a nice catch as he was a couple of steps away from the wall. So a 1-2-3 inning. The Orioles now 3 outs away from picking up wins 71 in Game 2 of this series. By Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Dodge. See your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com and check out their powerful lineup. 6-0 lead. The Orioles go to the 9th inning. Brian Mattis will stay on to try and wrap it up in this gorgeous night here in the city. And that close to be talking about a no-hitter. A little roller to short. But Visaedo got leading off the 5th inning. That is it. That's the only one on the board. The Orioles looking for a combined 1-hitter now. Tillman working 7, no runs, 1 hit. He walked 4, struck out 5. That'll be fouled back by Dunn. It was walked, popped out, and struck out. Ayala in the bullpen, just in case. Middle of the order, Dunn, Konerko, and then Danks due up. 0-2 pitch. That's where they weren't playing him. Machado's got to throw it 5 miles over. 1 hopper, not in time. So Dunn's going to have 2 infield hits in back-to-back games. That will be a new record. There's the second hit of the ball game, and neither of them have been out of the infield. Updating the voting for the AT&T Player of the Game. There's where it stands right now. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 31826. Results on the O's Extra Post-Game Show. So Jason Hamels, 1-hitter against Atlanta June 16, remains the only 1-hitter the Orioles have had, singly or combined, this year. Here is Konerko. Konerko's 0 for 3, and will take the pitch down low for a ball. Konerko 269 off the lefties, about 70 points higher against right-handers. What a job tonight by Chris Tillman. And that pitch is a strike. The Orioles looking to put this ball game away. The White Sox have been shut out 9 times this year. The Orioles have 6 shutouts, to their credit as a team. 1-1. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Tillman 10th start with a win here tonight. The Orioles as a team will be 7-3 in the ball games that he's started this year. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Right field. Markakis.
Chris Tillman, just another one of the great stories that the Orioles have had this year. Guys just stepping up and doing super jobs when asked upon. I think there were a lot of question marks, back when they sent Arrieta, Madison, Hunter out. Was anybody going to be able to step up? I mean, they're looking for another young pitcher to come in. Let's see how Chris Tillman does, and he has done an outstanding job for the Orioles.
Only 24 years old. Here's Jordan Danks. He'll get his first at bat. Came on to play in right field for Rios. Danks will foul that one back. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. 0-1. That's in there for a strike. This Orioles victory going to move them up another notch to 71-57. 14 over 500 for the first time since June of 05. 0-2 pitch, check swing short. Hardy's got it. There's Andino. Finish it off. And got him! The Orioles turn the double play. Brian Mattis finishes it off with 2 solid innings. And the Orioles have won it as they have shut out the White Sox on a combined 2-hitter by Tillman and Mattis. A 6-0 victory. For the Orioles.